Hi friends, it's Miss Adamson. We're gonna keep learning about shapes today, okay? I know you started with Miss Palmer yesterday and she taught you how to count sides and how to count angles. And I think you learned that if there's 3 sides, there's also going to be 3 angles. So you'll always have the same amount of sides and the same amount of angles in the same shape. So today we are going to learn how to continue counting sides and angles, and we're going to classify our shapes just like we classified animals before we left. Okay, remember how we classified animals based on their characteristics? Like a reptile either has no feet or 4 feet. We characterized it and we classified it. We are going to classify our shapes based on their characteristics, based on how many sides they have and how many angles they have. So let's start with a shape I know you guys talked about yesterday. This shape. Ooh. Okay, now let's count together, all right? This shape has 1 side, 2 sides, and 3 sides. And in my red marker, I don't have as many colors as Miss Palmer, I only have 2. We are going to count our angles. 1 angle, 2 angles, 3 angles. So this shape has 3 sides and 3 angles. Think in your head for 5 seconds what shape this is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do you have it? Yes, it is a triangle. Triangles have 3 sides and 3 angles. Okay, so every shape that has 3 sides and 3 angles is called a triangle. Now I'm going to draw a bunch of triangles and I want you to think to yourself what you notice, okay? Here's one triangle. Here's another triangle. Another triangle. And another triangle. I don't know about you, but I notice all of these triangles look just a little bit different. But remember, they all have 3 sides and they all have 3 angles, so they're all triangles, no matter if they look a little bit different, okay? Now, I'm sure you could guess, our next shape is going to have 4 sides. Let's start with a simple one. 4 sides, and if it has 4 sides, it's also going to have 4 angles. So let's just double check. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, and 4 sides, and I have 1 angle, 2 angles, 3 angles, and 4 angles. Okay, so I know that this shape has 4 sides and 4 angles. Now, just like triangles have 3 sides and 3 angles, this shape also has its own name. These shapes are called quadrilaterals. Can everyone to their self or turn to someone at home, maybe if someone's watching you, or just say it out loud to yourself? Can everyone say the word quadrilateral? Go ahead. And let's say it again. Quadrilateral. Now, quadrilateral means 4 sides and 4 angles. Now, I know Miss Palmer showed you some other shapes with 4 sides and 4 angles, like this one. Something like this. Sorry, my lines aren't great. And silly Miss Palmer called this a trapezoid, but I know that you guys know this is not a trapezoid. This is actually called a rhombus. You don't have to worry about that right now because we're going to call all of these shapes with 4 sides 2, 3, 4, and 4 angles 3, 4 quadrilaterals. And I know you guys all know what trapezoids look like. They look like this. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, and 4 sides, and again, 1 angle, 2 angle, 3 angles, and 4 angles, okay? So just like triangles have 3 sides and 3 angles, quadrilaterals have 4 sides and 4 angles. Now, I'm going to show you our pattern blocks. Remember, this red one has 4 sides and 4 angles. That's the trapezoid, okay? Just so that you have something to relate it to. Now, just like triangles, I'm thinking to myself, these shapes all look a little bit different. How can they all have the same name if they all look a little bit different? But that's the key. Remember, triangles have 3 sides and 3 angles. All quadrilaterals have 4 sides and 4 angles, even if they have different names. Like I know this is a rectangle, this is a trapezoid, this is a rhombus. They're all under the same classification or category as quadrilaterals. Okay? Now let's move on. If we did 3 sides and we did 4 sides, our next shape is going to have 5 sides. So I'm going to start by drawing something like this, 3, 4, 5. Now let's check Miss Adamson's work and let's count together. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, 4 sides, and 5 sides. And now just to be sure it follows the same pattern, let's count the angles. 1 angle, 2 angles, 3 angles, 4 angles, and don't forget this one down here, 5 angles. Okay? So this shape has 5 sides and 5 angles. This shape, think to yourself, maybe if you know what it's called, I'll give you a couple seconds. It starts with a P. This shape is called a pentagon. I'm going to put it over here, even though it's going to cut it off a little bit. Okay? Pentagon. Everyone say pentagon. Let's say it again. Pentagon. A pentagon has 5 sides and 5 angles. So let's go back. Triangles have 3 sides and 3 angles. Quadrilaterals have 4 sides and 4 angles. And pentagons have 5 sides and 5 angles. So no matter what it looks like, it always will have 5 sides and 5 angles. So let's try to draw another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of looks similar. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, 4 sides, and 5 sides. Sorry, that one got a little mixed up. And then, let's count the angles. 1 angle, 2 angles, 3 angles, 4 angles, and this one's a little bit tricky, but this angle is right here on the outside. You don't have to worry about that, okay? And let's count this one. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, 4 sides, and 5 sides. Let's go back and count the angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, pentagons have 5 sides and 5 angles. All right, our last category of shapes, you probably guessed it, it's going to have 6 sides and 6 angles. Think to yourself, maybe what it's called. If you know what it's called, it starts with an H. Give you a couple seconds. Think about maybe your pattern blocks if you know what they're called. All right, shapes with 6 sides and 6 angles are called hexagons. Can we all say hexagons? Tell someone next to you or just say it out loud to yourself one more time. Hexagon. This is what a regular hexagon looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's just check. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, 4 sides, 5 sides, 6 sides, and let's count angles. 1 angle, 2 angles, 3 angles, 4 angles, 5 angles, and 6 angles. So, triangles have 3 sides and 3 angles. Quadrilaterals have 4 sides and 4 angles. Pentagons have 5 sides and 5 angles. And lastly, our hexagons have 6 sides and 6 angles. I'm not going to try to draw another hexagon because I don't think Miss Adamson will do it correctly. So, the last thing before I want to practice them together is that all of these shapes have a name. And I know yesterday you and Miss Palmer went over closed shapes. So shapes like this are not closed because they don't meet. And there's actually a name for all of the shapes that are closed. So all triangles, all quadrilaterals, all pentagons, sorry it's cut off, and all hexagons. This name for all of them is called polygons. So polygons, let me write it with a marker, are closed shapes. So polygons are, I'm sorry if you can't really see that, closed shapes, and it means that triangles, quadrilaterals, pentagons, and hexagons are all polygons because they all close, right? None of them are left open. They all have angles and they're all closed on all their sides, okay? So I figured, why don't we do some practice before you guys answer some questions on Seesaw, okay? So I have some cards here. I'm going to start off super easy, okay? I'm going to show you the card. I want you to think to yourself, what shape is it? Is it a triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, or hexagon? And answer, okay? Here's your first shape. First, you count your sides. 1, 2, 3. Then you count your angles. 1, 2, I'm sorry, friends, 3. Okay? So if it has 3 sides and 3 angles, it is called a triangle. Give yourself 2 claps if you got it right. Ready for the next one? Ooh, tricky. Let's count together. Ready? This is tricky. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, 4 sides, 5 sides, 6 sides. If it has 6 sides, it also has 6 angles. Now look up here. Which shape has 6 sides and 6 angles? Yes, a hexagon. If you got it right, give yourself 2 claps. Oh, let's not do that one yet. Ooh, this one's easy. Let's do this one. Look at the shape. Count to yourself how many sides and how many angles. I count 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if there's 4 sides, there must be 4 angles. So this shape is, if you said quadrilateral, you are correct. Oh, we know this is a triangle. Quadrilateral. Let's do this one together. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, 4 sides, 5 sides, 6 sides. If it has 6 sides, even if it looks different, what shape is this? It's going to be a hexagon. And lastly, one more try. 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, 4 sides, 5 sides. If it has 5 sides and 5 angles, this shape is a pentagon. If you got it right, give yourself 2 claps. So this is all we had to talk about today. We talked about shapes, classifying them by their sides and their angles. So if it has 3 sides, 3 angles, it's a triangle. 4 sides, 4 angles, it's quadrilateral. 5 sides, 5 angles, it's a pentagon. And 6 sides, 6 angles is a hexagon. And all of these shapes are called polygons because they're closed. All right, use this video. You can always message me or Miss Palmer. You have an activity on Seesaw. It's called, let's say Tuesday is going to be March 31st. So it's going to say March 31st math. Go ahead. Like I said, you can watch this video as many times as you want to help you finish it, okay? Good luck.